Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode, I forgot to write the episode number down. Jesus, what's going on with me?
Something like 222.
It's
like
222, though. You want to do that for me real quick, PBS? And we, just to get this going here, I'm your host, Sleazy, and my other co-host here, Mr. PBS, who is generously writing the episode number down on the board so I don't forget it later on. So... what's going on, PBS?
Not much.
Yeah? Not much, huh? All right. And then, of course, we have Robzilla.
Hi.
I like how that was such a power move. He took a drink and he was like, "Hi,
clear my throat.
Hi, guys. I had to call off work today to handle some stuff, and I can record as early as possible if need be."
Yep.
But then he doesn't show up until like 8.
I didn't hear nothing from Mr. PBS when he's on his way.
What? How many times do I got to tell you guys? You don't have to rely on each other to come over. You can just come over whenever you want.
He's my crutch.
It's like I can't enter the house unless PBS is here.
Yep.
I was trying to come over earlier, but I was watching the new Knives Out movie and doing some laundry.
Yeah, how was it? You said it was pretty good, right?
I liked it quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Better than the
last
last two.
Better than the second one. First one still, just seeing that one in the theater, everything. That one still is really special to me still.
Tell you what, I'll make a commitment. I'm going to turn these off. It's like flickering or something. Battery is.
It makes me even more upset. We'll talk about some of this stuff here in a couple of segments, that it did not get a wide theatrical
release. Goddamn Netflix.
This is one of those ones that I'd be like going to see and tell, like, oh yeah, go see that one in the theater.
Right.
We're gonna have the happiest Christmas since
Right.
Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking K.
Danny
And when
fucking
Santa
K.
squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
This side of the nut house.
This side of the nut house. Okay, so yeah, so you like Knives Out, and what I was going to say before I turn those little flickering lights off, Rob and I will make the commitment. We'll watch it and we'll be ready to go for next week, and we'll do our Sleazy Muss episode next week. Does that sound good to everybody?
Sounds great.
Sleazy Muss.
Do I have your commitment?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you sure?
Yep.
100% sure.
100%.
All right, because I don't want any of this bullshit. I had a rough day. Just can't leave the house.
That's right. Deal with these fucking people.
One of these days, Rob's just gonna wail off and fucking hit me.
I would.
All right. So how's everybody's weeks? I mean, you go ahead. Go ahead and share what happened today. Why'd you have to call off work?
I have to call. I had to get stuff done because Tracy abruptly.
No. That's not it. Come
That's
on.
one of them. Oh, there's like fraudulent charges on my account.
You like there's fraudulent charges on my account.
On my account as well.
There's fraudulent charges on
Piece
my
of
account.
shit. 614 sneakers.
What money? What
Right,
money does he
exactly.
have?
That's what I wanted. Well, they found out. They've been listening to the show. They were like, "This motherfucker works 3 jobs. We got him at 614 Sneaker House."
Joke's on you.
You got to get him. Just get him on payday when that money hits the account.
Yeah.
Before he does.
They're like, "Thanks for working 3 jobs, asshole."
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
You just
man.
got coal in your stocking, motherfucker.
Do you think when they like went to go check out, they were like, I just imagine them skipping out to the parking lot,
Yeah.
the bag full of shoes. You said it was $1,800, right?
Yeah. It's
My
like
God, they
it's
got
a-
themselves some J's.
well, it was 1,000, like 1,100 for 614 sneakers, and the rest was for Dick's. So yeah,
Man, they went Christmas shopping.
yeah, the motherfuckers did.
Fucking assholes, man. Like, I get it. Times are rough, but
I wouldn't be mad if it was like a grocery store, but They're getting sneakers.
Right.
I'm starving to death. Okay.
I wonder where they got your card number from.
No idea.
I bet it's from like McDonald's or something.
Probably.
They skimmed your card when you went through the drive-through.
Little fucks.
Dude, that's why like when I go now, I just use the apps.
Yeah.
And I just pay for it there. And it's funny, you can tell they get pissed when you come up and you're like, yeah, I got a mobile order, and they're like, pull around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can't steal his credit card number.
Can't give me some free J's today. Fuck.
Still like to pay for as much as I can in cash.
Yeah.
Still a cash man.
It's a dying art now these days.
Cash is king until Peter Thiel gets away with it.
I don't know. I know Kroger has to be pissed because they're losing money on like every order because they don't have pennies anymore, so they have to round everything up to a nickel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they put like these nice signs like, please consider paying an exact change. Like, no, I don't got pennies either.
Fuck them. They really do need to do something about that. Like, why can't we find some other type of mineral to replace the penny? Or something, you know?
I get like it costs more than a penny to make a penny. Like I get it, but
obviously
there's definitely other things we waste way more money on than the penny.
Right. It just seems like we need the penny.
Well, I saw a comment from somebody who lives in another country, I guess, where they basically got rid of their version of the penny. So all prices just reflect that.
Yeah.
In
5 cents, essentially.
Whatever, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't done that, you know, but
probably just haven't had time.
Yeah. They're too busy raising prices through tariffs and stuff like that. So,
but we're getting that back.
Yeah. I don't count on that. Don't count on that one bit.
So he's going to make it happen.
So, you guys didn't do anything else in your 3 weeks off that we had?
No, just worked, and I watched a series on Netflix, Last Samurai Standing, which is pretty good. It's basically Squid Games meets.
Sounds like something you would like.
It's fantastic.
Squid Games meets Hunger Games.
Yep.
Okay.
It's fun. Watch it.
All right.
It's only 6 episodes.
And you've just been sleeping and watching black and white movies?
I took a sleigh ride.
Did you really?
In my car.
Okay.
When it snowed last week.
Did you go off the road?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Went down into the median on 23.
Oh.
Had to call the wrecker to come pull me out.
Damn, that sucks. And you don't drive crazy or anything, so
that was just bad roads.
Of course, I've never been in the car with you. I just
probably
seen you drive.
Probably was in need of some newer back tires, which Dad got one day while I was at work. But yeah, I just hit a spot, just did the 180 and shoop right into the.
Oh damn!
I'm in.
Were you like son of a bitch?
It was partially my fault. I probably did all the things you're not supposed to. I probably. You start to slip, so I probably pulled the wheel that way, which you're not supposed to. You're supposed to steer out of it. I probably slammed on the brakes too hard. So,
isn't it funny when you get into that type of situation, like your brain just kind of kicks in, and you're not like physically there, like your body's just reacting.
And it depends on how fast some of that stuff happens, because I've driven a snow before, and sometimes you're ready to react and you do everything right.
Yeah.
And some days you're just like, oh shit, nope, done. And you're halfway turned whichever way you're going to turn, like, well,
yeah,
I'm just going to go with it. Hopefully
it's crazy.
Not hurt anybody else or myself for the car.
So the reason why we didn't record last Friday was because I went to GalaxyCon.
Nice.
It's a big fucking convention, dude. Like these put Wizard World to shame.
Mm-hmm.
But I went Friday and Saturday, and I tell you what, I sprung for the VIP pass this year. It was worth the money. I was done with everything I could get and wanted to get pretty much by lunchtime Saturday. So at 12, we went and got lunch at 12:40. So
the thing is, like this, especially like these bigger conventions, they all cost money. And if you're going to go, you might as well just spend the money to do it the easiest way you can.
Yeah. And I mean, even though there's lines in the VIP lines, like you're still moving much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the line for the general admission, you're like, oh, that's fucked up. Like,
well worth it.
Yeah.
Did you send it in our group, or did I see it I think I saw it somewhere else on Facebook. Like there was a problem with security staff and everything. Like,
yeah, they had. I never had any issues with the security there, but I guess it's a big problem.
Yeah.
If you're handicapped.
Yeah, they were confiscating like
canes,
like
and
blind people's canes,
trying to separate people with their pets,
service animals.
Yeah. And it's funny, I saw people with that, but one of the people they stopped, I guess, was the owner's wife.
Right. Yeah.
And I guess that was like a shit show.
Yeah. They stopped at least a couple high profile people
Yeah.
on the post they wrote about it.
And it's bad that they have to respond to it because so many people were upset and pissed. And then you've got these people that just jump on the exaggeration train. And like I saw this one lady, I had to comment on it. She was like, they checked my bag every time I went through, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, they're not metal detectors.
Right.
Like you go through and somebody's watching and they see an outline of everything in there. It's kind of like putting your shit through the airport x-ray machine or whatever, and they can flag certain things, and if something looks suspicious they're gonna stop you. But I mean, I had a backpack on every day, and I had a big ass bottle of water and chargers and all kinds of shit in there, and they just gave me the thumbs up and went. Maybe it's because I'm white, I don't know. maybe it's because I'm an able-bodied human being too. I'm not handicapped. You think that somebody's just like, all these fucking freeloaders? Yeah. We're gonna make their day a fucking pain. No more handouts for you, you handicapped motherfucker.
Yep.
But I mean,
what are they gonna do with their service animal? Where are they gonna put them?
Right.
How do you touch the service animal and get it away from? Like, they're trained to be with their owner, Right. But that's kind of fucked up, if you ask me. But
there's always hiccups at these conventions.
Yeah,
that seems like a real fumble there.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, you're never going to run a show and it go 100% smoothly of that size and caliber. Like, there's bound to be people bitching. There's bound to be some sort of event that inconveniences folks to a degree. But it is what it is. I mean, that is sad though. That's serious shit. That ADA stuff.
Yeah.
But I just, you hear stuff like that and you're like, man, that's terrible, because it's supposed to be a good experience for people. And I had a good experience. Me and Black Eric and his girlfriend Colette, we hung out all weekend and it was fun. So, but yeah, man, I went in Friday night. I got Skeet Ulrich from Scream, and that was my plan. I was like, I got to get the Scream guys and get my print filled up a little bit, which I don't know if you can. It's right there. But I got Skeet, and then Saturday morning I got Matthew Lillard.
Oh, Skeet.
Yeah, I had a nice interaction with Matthew Lillard. Like, he was really friendly, and when he went up to his booth, he came in through the back way where the lines were, and he was high-fiving everybody, and he picked a baby up and that was crying.
He's got a reputation.
Yeah, I mean, really they were definitely like the Scream guys, and they premiered that Freddy or what is it?
Five Nights
at Freddy 2. Yeah, they did that at the old Lennox on Friday night, which is what, Phoenix now?
I haven't been since they changed it.
Yeah,
that's what they were going to call it, the Phoenix or something.
Yeah, but they did a little screening there with them, and he touched on the. You wouldn't believe it, but Quentin Tarantino came up several times this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if we got it on our board to talk about, but just quickly, I don't even know what he was on, but Tarantino was on a podcast or something, and he was talking about specifically Paul Dano, and he called him did he call him like limp or something? And he doesn't have the juice and all that, and he just talked about what a terrible actor he is.
He just shit on
specifically in There Will Be Blood, which, to be fair, I haven't seen since it came out like 20 years ago, but he was terrific in that.
He was awesome. And for playing in a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis,
right,
and carving your own portion of that movie out, like, come on, Quentin. Like, did Paul Dano say something like decline a role for him or something? It's what I'm thinking.
It was,
and then, it wasn't just him. He was like, I don't like Matthew Lillard either. I don't like him, and I don't like this person. Like, he has been on a shit fest here lately.
What's his deal?
And it's like, dude, for a guy, like, I love Quentin Tarantino movies, but there's no denying that he takes a lot from other films.
Oh, yeah.
And it is what it is. I mean, films influence other films and other pieces of art. Like, that's just, there's no getting around that. But and people, I've noticed a lot of younger people have been like really going after Quentin on which, he probably doesn't know what the fuck TikTok is. And he doesn't care. He's living in Israel. But I actually, after I got Skeet done, I was going to walk over and I saw Mike Coulter's booth.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that don't know who Mike Coulter is, he played Luke Cage. He was in Evil, and he's sprinkled in through movies and series other than that. I think Good Housewives is one of them too that he was in. But he was, when I got done with Skeet Ulrich, I was looking for somebody else to get, and Friday was really like low key, kind of boring. I did have to wait a little bit for Skeet because those guys were pumping all weekend, but they've turned into the new Con Kings.
Like I say,
yeah.
Everybody talks about, especially Matthew Lillard, but yeah, all those guys are.
But I saw Mike, and I was getting ready to go over, and we were looking at the schedule, and Colette was like, "Oh, he's doing a Q&A right now," because we saw him packing up his shit, and I was like, "Oh man, I hope he's not leaving for the night." So we went in and we listened to his Q&A, and it was a really good Q&A. Like, I left with a much better impression of him, but I mean, super cool dude, super nice. And it sounds like he has like a similar childhood to us, where he got hooked on HBO and kind of became a cinephile over that, and went to the movies every chance he could. But after his Q&A, we went back into the hall, and he was back at his table, and I went and met him, which I'll pull some. Let me share the screen here. I'm going to share the screen here. We'll put these pictures up. I don't know why that photo there keeps dropping down on the big screen. But this is Baby, the Impala from
Supernatural.
Yes, Supernatural. Obviously, you can see there. This guy gave me a magnet, and it was his son's car, but he was like, "Here, you can scan this QR code. You can scan this QR code right now." I was like, "Bro, I don't need to scan the QR code. I got your magnet. I'll find it." But and then this was from Mike Coulter's Q&A, which it was in one of the smaller rooms, but it wasn't on the main stage. But it was a very, very good Q&A. I gotta give them that. They do some good Q&As at GalaxyCon. And, you know, whenever I go to a Q&A, I think of the time we went and saw Jason David Frank. Was it one of the Wizard Worlds?
Yep, I think it was still Wizard World.
Back when you used to go to cons with me. You don't go anymore now. It breaks my heart.
I know. Get busy on some of those weeks.
Oh, next year you're coming. Not in your pants or anything, but you're going to.
I mean, you can't stop me.
But yeah, these were cool. And I mean, this girl was gorgeous right here. I had to look her up after the Simon Pegg one because I was like, whoo. But super cool. But it always reminds me of that time we went and saw Jason David Frank, and he's giving this powerful speech about what was it? Having discipline.
Yeah.
He was like, you got to have discipline. You don't get that candy bar. You know, don't go for that extra pop. Don't go for that extra cigarette. You can do it. You can do these things. It's all about discipline. And as soon as we get out, there's a dude that was in the front row in a White Ranger suit. He's on High Street smoking a cigarette with his helmet tilted up. Like that's the memory that will always stick with me when I go to a Q&A. But yeah, Mike Coulter was really cool. He talked about filming Luke Cage, and you know, of course, people ask questions. This one dude was really slick though. He weaved. Not like he did the Trump weaving, but he weaved like all these things in together. He was like, yeah, you know, you just got done filming this, and you just got done with this series. So let me ask you a question about, you know, how was it to finally wrap Doomsday filming? And like he went to answer it, and he was like, Doomsday what? Like he had to stop himself. He was getting ready to answer it.
Right.
But it was really cool, dude. A really good experience. And it's nice to see them in an intimate setting and just answering questions honestly. But let me see here. And that's when I'm at him. But anyways, there was nobody at his table. So I'm sitting there bullshitting with him. And I'm like, hey, man, before I go, you know, we had already taken the picture. And I was like, hey, before I go, I just want to know, what is your most underrated role that you would recommend for me to watch? And he thought about it. He's like, oh man, you know, he was like, let me think about this. And he was like, oh man, so this director, blah 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 blah, and he was like, he was like, he's an Italian director or something. I forget what he said, but he was like, I did a movie with him, which you got to watch this movie. If you're gonna watch this movie by him, you got to watch the movie you did before this. He's like, I did a movie with Jason Sudeikis, and there's a bunch of people in this movie. I just watched it last night, but I'll pull it up here in a minute. hold on a second here. We just got to do it. But he was, anyways, he was like, so he was like, I did this movie. He was like, I highly recommend it. It didn't get a lot of attention because it came out the same time as other things.
Mhm.
But he was like, he's like, that's one of my favorite roles that nobody knows about. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, that's a good answer. But before he got to all that, Quentin Tarantino came up and he was just like we were just talking like me and you talk like all the time. And like, he was just so easy to talk to. And it felt like I'd been his friend for years talking to him. I mean, that's how cool of a dude Mike is.
You know, it's always nice when they, some people don't like to talk.
No, they sign your shit and they want you to leave.
You know, and that's just, kind of who they are. You got to roll with that. But, you could tell sometimes people at these things just get kind of bored and they're kind of looking for someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of nice when you got somebody you can have like a conversation with.
And I mean, he seemed to be steady. Like, he would get a couple people out and a couple more people would come in, but he didn't have like huge lines, at least that I saw. But just super cool. We got to talking and he was like, what did Paul Dano do to fucking Quentin Tarantino? Did he fuck Quentin Tarantino's mother? Like, literally, he said that verbatim to me. And I was like, dude, you're spot on with that. I think there's something personal about it. And he was like, yeah, he got personal when he went after him. He was like, he fucking sucks.
it was beyond like opinionated. It was like straight hating.
And he was like, Paul Dano wasn't even the guy that was supposed to have that role. And There Will Be Blood. He got called in late for that. He was like, man, for a dude that got called up for that role, he fucking crushed it. He was like, I don't know what Quentin's watching, but he was just super cool, man. I had a really good time talking to him, and I had the hardest time deciding what autograph to get from him. And I was like, because I'm a fan of Evil, and you were like, I sent you guys a picture of the autograph, and you're like, you didn't get an Evil 8x10 autograph? I was like, no.
Evil was a Sleazy podcast approved show.
It was. You finished it, didn't you?
I don't know if I ever watched the last couple episodes. I still gotta.
And by the way, someone asked him about Evil, and he said that they're going to do a film franchise out of it. That cool. they hope to do a film franchise. And he was, people were like, I guess some people get upset with him that they sort of canceled it, but I mean, they kind of wrap things up,
right? And
you just kind of imagine that him and what's her face and the baby are doing missions for the Vatican now in Italy, so it is what it is there. But he was like, yeah, people, they get mad about that. And he was like, I just have to tell them, like, it's art, interpret it how you want to.
Yeah.
Just imagine if that's the end of the road or if we go on more stuff.
Right. Not your fault.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and it's not his fault either.
Yeah.
I mean, these people all work their ass off to put that, that stuff out.
How this technology works, how these UAP are doing.
Okay. Sorry about that. That was the ticky-tock tab.
Oh, right.
I'm navigating here to Letterboxd real quick just to get this film that Mike Coulter recommended. And I'm sure you'll recognize this guy or whatever. Diary. Put this on the screen here. South of Heaven is the name of the movie. There you can see I said a solid 3-star movie with a pretty good cast. It's a little cheesy with some of the hands-on action, but that's very minimal because the action's all saved towards the end. And mainly I'm talking about a part where Jason Sudeikis stabs somebody and it doesn't even look like he puts any force into it. And it's like, really? Like, I don't know if Jason was the right guy for this, but how he described him in this movie, he was like, it's pretty much his Ted Lasso character in this movie. I was like, oh, I'm digging that now. Yeah. But pretty good. He plays a sophisticated, like, kingpin bad guy. So it was nice seeing him, because normally he's like straight edge,
right,
nice guy, so it was nice seeing him in a role where he gets to be evil. And like, it's just funny, like, he's a smooth talking bad guy. He sits down, he's like, this is how it's gonna go, like that kind of bad guy. And he has his henchmen doing shit for him. Okay, let's get on this movie. Sorry, let's get this up. Convicted felon Jimmy gets early parole after serving 12 years for armed robbery. Upon his release, He vows to give Annie, his childhood love, now dying from cancer, the best last year of her life. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. He gets mixed up in some things, yada, yada, yada. But Jason Sudeikis, Eve Angeline Lilly, remember her from Lost?
Yep.
And the Wasp, Mike Coulter, Shea Wiggum, Jeremy Bobb, and I don't know if you really know any of the rest of the people, but it is a decent little cast, decent little movie, solid 3-star. I recommend it, and it's free on Tubi. So I stole your Tubi pick. Sorry.
Dead man walking.
Yeah, he's like, you motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
You motherfucker. All right, so back to the pictures here. Let's see here. So this was in a line, I want to say. That was my Mike Coulter autograph. It's pretty cool. Rosario Dawson was there. I did
Sweet
not.
Christmas.
I couldn't get anywhere near those lines,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, I bet.
I wanted Simon Pegg really bad, and I thought about it, but his line was like so mixed in, you couldn't even tell where, whose line was who. And next to Billy Piper was Jodie Whittaker, and there was like 4 or 5 people in her line. I was like, I'm getting Jodie,
Right.
because I got a little Doctor Who autograph collection.
Right.
Apparently that's not going to work. This dude was dressed up as Alpha's Captain America. I just caught him with my Ray-Ban Metas going by, but there was tons of good cosplay there, man. We got a little Doctor Who here. This is Billy Piper's line, and I'm towards the end of the VIP. It was weird they capped the VIP.
That's weird.
And they were letting people go in the general admission. I'm like, that shouldn't be. Like, they should cap general admission and make it all VIP. That's the whole point. But once again, these are volunteer kids that don't know anything. The kid that was doing this, he looked like Steve from Stranger Things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he had his real name, and then he had Steve from Stranger Things underneath that. But this is just like the eating area or something. Miss Santa Claus was there. If you see that. Oh, geez.
Jesus.
Yeah. Miss Santa Claus was there.
Passing out gifts?
I don't know. She was just chilling there.
Break time.
I should have went and sat on her lap. These were my autographs here. That was Bill. Billy gave a nice signature. Look at that.
Yeah.
She signed that. I was like, oh my God. But Billy, it was funny. I went through Billy's line, and she wasn't really, she was conversing with people, but I had my Giant Brutus t-shirt on and a backwards Ohio State game, because it was, the day of the Big Ten championship. And she was like, her eyes lit up when she saw me, and she was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm good. She's like, are you from here? I was like, born and raised. And she's like, oh, okay, well, let's talk. And I was like, okay, she was like, so what's Ohio famous for? I was like, you're talking about Columbus or Ohio? And she was like, both of us, you got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was like, Columbus really isn't anything but the Ohio State Buckeyes and, the campus and all that. And she was like, okay, well, what's the politics like here? And I was like, and she, before I could say anything, she was like, is it liberal here? And I was like, no, man.
You're like, can I grab a chair?
Yeah. I was like, this is a little difficult to explain here, but
I'm happy to talk politics with you,
let's
Billy
get
Piper,
deep
but
here.
let me
Billy.
get a chair.
Let's call it.
Like, I had to explain to her, I was like, this is a very MAGA state, and her eyes kind of lit up like, oh shit, and she was like, what about Columbus here? And I was like, well, Columbus and like a lot of the bigger cities and villages, they tend to be more liberal here. And she was like, oh, okay. She was like, can you smoke weed here? And I was like, yeah, you can smoke weed here. I was like, but they're trying to add rules onto it. It's ridiculous right now. She was like, I was like, yeah, they just can't leave it alone. But she was real cool. Like, I got the impression she was looking to party.
Yeah.
Like, I almost asked her, like, do you want me to go get you something? Like, I'll do it. But I
just stocked up.
Jody was cool. I walked up to Jody, and she was like, hey, mate. Yeah, I was like, oh, that fucking accent.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, like I would, like I've never, like, Jody's cute, but she's not a smoke show like Billy. But man, that accent, I could just fall in love with her and just let her talk to me all day long. She could scream and yell at me, and I just look at her with puppy eyes. But yeah, she wasn't a talker, but you had to engage Jody, whereas Billy was more open than this dude. That was like the cosplay of the year, I thought.
What's that one? The is it hello, fellow kids, or whatever?
Yeah.
Whatever he says.
He's like, "Hello, fellow students," or something like that. Yeah, this is like, yeah, as you can see, like right here is Rosario Dawson, and who is this? Oh, this is that Isaacs dude that's like the bad guy and everything. And then there was Simon Pegg. I mean, you just couldn't get in there. I could barely walk by.
Yeah.
And then the Ben Schwartz guy that plays Sonic, and he played the one guy off of whatchamacallit, Wrexham Park.
Parks and Rec.
Or Parks and Rec, yeah. I forget what his name was, but he was with Aziz Ansari all the time. There's another shot of the line. Yeah, I mean, it was just, look at that. You can barely walk through there.
Oh, yeah.
So the autograph session right there was popping. And then they had like the wrestlers on the back wall. You couldn't even see them. It was like, okay. They didn't really have like, no disrespect to anybody there. They didn't really have like any like premier like wrestlers there this year. So
Right.
it seems like they've kind of got to deal with AEW.
When I was working, a couple people came in. They just got back from the Galaxy Con.
Mhm.
They said it was really funny, and what they said about
You could have
Dolph Ziggler. They were like,
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler was there.
he's like nobody was there. He's just joking around and fucking around with everybody.
You could have went, but you were like, no, I had to pick up some hours.
Mhm. Well,
What possesses you to
hey,
work every fucking day?
Hey, the two people I wanted to see canceled, man.
So what? Go
was
with your
devastated.
friends.
Devastated.
Go with your friends. Do a little Christmas shopping. Go for the experience, man. You're missing out on premier years of your life.
I wanted to see Nandor.
So what? There's other people there that you could have seen.
I know.
Carrie Ells was there. He's sad that you didn't fucking come see him and get over.
Let's not go that far.
Yeah, let's not stretch this out here.
Right. Here's some. This was in Billy Piper's photo op line. So I met a bunch of Doctor Who people
Oh,
there.
yeah,
That's always great. This dude's picking his nose. But these people, I just thought this was so cool. She did a little Star Wars crossover, and this was the recent Doctor, as you can see there. And then he was David Tennant, obviously. Then this dude was the TARDIS.
That's
he was sitting down, he had like a chair or something in there because he was
yeah.
like sitting down. And I was like, "Hey, can I get a picture of you?" And he stood up. I was like, "You don't have to stand up, dude. Jesus." I forgot these were. Thanks.
Look how proud he looks at that too.
Oh yeah, that dude knew he was a hit.
Yeah.
Then the Mystery Science Theater 3000. That guy was walking around. He was getting so much attention. I don't know what's going on there. This was the Billy Piper, Jodie Whittaker Q&A. That was a pretty good one. I actually got to move up pretty close for that.
Yeah.
But they had asked her, they kept asking her questions about the end of Doctor Who. Because you were familiar with what happened at the end of last season. You're not caught up though, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, the Doctor regenerates and it's Billy Piper. So everybody's like, what the fuck's going on here? Is this a one-off? Is she going to do a season? Doesn't sound like she's going to do a season, but there's no Christmas episode this year, but next year there will be.
Yeah. I read there was a big article in like Variety or something not too long ago, and it really seems like it's up in the air what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because Disney backed out, or it either backed out of the deal or they're done with their part of the deal.
Yeah. So they don't have the Disney money to do like the big budget stuff they were doing with what's his face.
So it's back to BBC.
But even BBC had a great budget before they went to Disney. I never thought budget, that was an issue with it.
So I'm sure they'll be looking for partners. But again, a lot of people say like Doctor Who's at its best when it's kind of, working uphill and it's got a budget that's got to stick to and all that. So,
but again, somebody tricked. I love these people that ask questions because somebody got her good, dude. They got her good because they have NDAs that they've signed, and Jodie talked about one thing she didn't miss about the show was the constant secrecy.
Oh yeah,
and not being able to tell people what's going on. And somebody was like, so I forget how she phrased it, but she was like, do you wish you had the opportunity to work with each other? But it wasn't phrased exactly like that. And it was funny, like, Jodie's a pro at these Q&As. You could tell Billy Piper was a little uncomfortable and didn't, wasn't ready to answer questions per se. But it got to her because Jody was she was leading the charge, answering the questions first, and it got to Billy Piper, and she was like, "Oh, we're probably going to work together," and she was like, "Fuck," and Jody just kind of was just like looking like this, like, yeah. So it sounds like she's coming back for the next special.
I mean, there's always the doctors always come back at some point.
Yeah, and that's what there must have been a couple people that asked her about that, and she was like, "I've always told them, as long as you'll have me, I'll be there."
Yeah.
So I really like that. One thing I really I wish she would have had a run with Russell T Davies as the writer, because I felt the writing wasn't that great with her show.
Yeah,
but I liked her as the doctor. I wasn't hip on the writing. Something there was off.
And for me, one reason I haven't gotten back into it, it's just all been off kind of since Capaldi. Capaldi was the last time like I really cared about the show.
Fucking like if Capaldi comes anywhere close, I'm going to meet Capaldi.
Yeah,
like that was my dude. Aside from Tenet.
Yeah,
but yeah, and then there's Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg was. I'm kind of like after seeing this was the last Q&A, so this was the last part of GalaxyCon for me. But his was outstanding. I mean, the dude is just so down to earth, and he's fucking hilarious. I mean, and he's honest about shit too. He talked about getting sober for the first Mission Impossible movie he did, so they had to all kind of look out for him and stuff. But someone asked him, and there's that host I was telling you about. She was gorgeous. Look at that. Whew. She's some kind of Instagram model, I think I mentioned, but that's him coming out. He didn't look like Simon Pegg there for a minute. Like he's starting to show his age a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
But someone asked him, they were like, "Are you gonna get together with Edgar Wright again?" I mean, I know you had the Cornetto trilogy. He was like, "I got a couple things going on right now," but he was like, "Edgar and I are scheduled to start working together in April," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" And do you know what? I'm telling this out of order here, but you want to know what the question was?
Of course.
Are you going to make a Shaun of the Dead sequel? So I was like, yes, that's what I want to see. So there was a lot of like going to these, you hear a lot of shit that you just wouldn't hear anywhere else. But yeah, Dynamite. He talked about his daughter getting into the business and stuff like that. But he was really cool, you could tell. But there's my Scream autograph. There's Matthew Lillard's signature right here. And this is Skeets. I'm like, these guys could own that signature a little bit better. Like, fucking sign the paper. Don't write it down all tiny. There's Mike's, Jody's, Billy's. There's my picture with Billy. Look at that lip filler, though. I don't even care, though. She was a smoke show, dude. I'm telling you. But I walked in for the photo op, and she's like, hey. I was like, hi again. She's like, yeah. And
you got them gummies?
Then she leaned into me for the picture. So she wasn't a big like interaction. Like some people will hug you. You could tell she wasn't very. I saw she was hitting the hand Sandy after a lot of them, but she was cool, dude.
Yeah, especially as a guy,
Yeah, I never want to be that dude that runs up and tries to grab people.
As both of us are kind of bigger guys to begin with.
Well, and normally
run up on some, and even another guy you don't want to run up on, but especially like a woman you don't want to run up on. And
I'm not gonna lie, when we went in and we met what's her face, Nancy, Heather Langenkamp and
Robert
England. We made a deal. He was like, you can have Nancy. And I was like, okay. I ran up and I gave her a big like hug, like I didn't give her a hug, but I grabbed her on the shoulder like that. And she was cool. She grabbed me in response too.
Yeah, both of them. We were like all in that picture.
They like stopped us and they made me explain the shirt to them. But they were really cool. But when she saw me, she leaned right into my shoulder, and I thought that was cool. So, but yeah, she was cool. I gotta say, I thought I was a little worried about her being like a bitch or something,
Right.
But because I've always heard she was a cancel queen for cons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which it may not be her problem, But I had a pleasant experience with her. So she wasn't mean or anything like that. She was really nice, and from what I could tell, she was treating everybody else nice too. So
yeah, like I said, we go to these fairly regularly. They're all just people.
Yeah, it's nice.
They got good days. They got bad days.
Yeah, so I have ran into a couple people that are fucking assholes though. But I mean, aside from that, I had a really pleasant experience at this con. It was really cool. But all right. So are we going to get into Warner Brothers now?
Sure.
If you guys want to.
Uh,
I got a little article up here from the CNN. It's about to be Trump News Network. What if they, they buy it and they rename it Trump News Network? That'd be kind of epic, wouldn't it?
You fucking stupid.
I mean, it sounds like they're toast. If you ask me, I think Paramount's going to get it. And I don't. Have you guys watched CBS here lately?
Except the
CBS might as well be Turning Point Broadcasting Network now.
The clip you sent is the only thing
I mean, it's you can tell the tone of that. Like I always thought CBS was kind of like straight down the middle, kind of like they were better at the world news than the other couple, but now it just seems like they're picking a lot of stuff that they, the owners want, obviously.
Well, they put Barry Weiss in charge of their news division and all that, and it's.
What was the chick that has the dark hair and the glasses that was interviewing?
I think that was Barry Weiss.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was her name or not, but yeah, she's a total tool, dude.
I forget there's a reporter that I like to listen to, and I think he was on. I can't remember his name though.
But anyways, this has been the talk. I mean, this was mentioned several times at the convention too by the in the Q&A. Like every Q&A I went to, this came up, it seemed like. But Paramount launches a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't know why it's Discovery. They just want Warner Brothers. I think Discovery is still going to be its own thing, right?
I think it depends on who buys it.
Yeah. All right. So Paramount has gone straight to Warner Brothers. Discovery shareholders with an all-cash offer in an extraordinary endeavor to gain control of Hollywood's most sought-after prize, a bid that Netflix beat on Friday. Paramount was widely expected to be the front runner for Warner Brothers, but WBD opted instead for Netflix, which it said offered a more lucrative deal, which did not include CNN, I might add. The proposed marriage with Netflix caught Hollywood insiders by surprise, including Paramount CEO David Ellison, fuck off, who still contends that his deal was the better offer. We're sitting on Wall Street where cash is still king, Ellison told CNBC. In an interview Monday, we are offering shareholders $17.6 billion more cash than the deal they currently have signed up with Netflix. And we believe when they see what is currently in our offer, then that's when they'll vote for. Paramount offered $30 per share and an all-cash deal for the entire company. Like, at what point does our government step in and say, you can't buy up every fucking entity that you want?
Indeed. At what point?
Yeah, because and this is like one thing that like Matthew Lillard was talking about. He was like, they're gonna start lowering our pay, and we're not gonna be able to work because the pay is just gonna be that bad. And I agree with him. I mean, it's gonna be bad it's not gonna be good for the consumer. It's not gonna be good for the worker, and it's not gonna be good overall as a reflection to America. But
we've talked about it before about like how a lot of these streaming shows especially have gone, a TV show used to be 20 plus episodes every year. You had, directors who directed multiple episodes. You had a writer's room who wrote most of the episodes. You had an actor, and actors who were in all those episodes and side actors and everything. So there used to be like a whole process to this thing that's sort of been disrupted.
Yeah.
And those people already get paid less because they do less episodes and they get less.
And they already want to replace everybody with AI.
Right.
Yep.
So like all these people that are at cons right now, like they're successful actors, but they're not big. They'll be the first to get the X,
right.
If they got their way. I mean, they're already creating like fake accounts that people are following. And I mean, getting a lot of attention on Instagram. Like turns out they're actually AI people. But okay. So sorry, I'm pouring a drink here. You can talk, Rob. You're not allowed to just sit there and stare at me.
I just don't know what to say to you.
Do you have an opinion about this? I mean, Jesus.
When is enough is enough? I mean, it just shows.
Right. It's greed in this country.
It is.
And it's not even like greed at this point. It's about control.
Yeah.
And like, let's face it, Paramount wants Warner Brothers so they can get CNN and they can gut it and put whatever content they want on there. And ideally control the narratives with the media. Nobody can
hostile
have
takeover.
Yeah, nobody can have a bad story, whoever's in office. Okay. But anyways, Paramount offered $30 per share in an all-cash deal for the entire company, while Netflix offered $27.75 for Warner Brothers and HBO, $23.25 per share in cash and $4.50 in stock. So, I mean, that's not terribly, it's not far off, I would say, but the math is tricky, but Netflix believes the eventual spinoff of WBD's cable assets, including CNN, which is not included in the Netflix deal, will be worth several dollars per share in its entirety. Netflix contends that its deal will ultimately be worth more than Paramount's offer. Paramount, unlike Netflix, is seeking to buy WBD in its entirety. It notes its offer is worth $108.4 billion for all of WBD, compared to $82.7 billion for Netflix's offer, which doesn't include the value of the company's cable channels. In accepting Netflix's offer last week, WBD's board clearly decided that the deal was better. It has long been argued that the cable assets will be worth more when spun off than combined with movie studio and HBO, unlocking significant value for shareholders. And that's the big thing here. Everybody is terrified that this is going to be the end of movies, movie theaters, not the end of movies per se. But I am one that believes that it won't be, because I mean, let's face it, Warner Brothers was probably the most successful studio last year in the theaters. I mean, they had
that run, yeah.
They had like 7 movies that were just knockout after knockout after knockout. And I mean, everybody was like, the movies are back because of Warner Brothers. But we'll see, I guess, right? Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders deserve an opportunity to consider our superior all-cash offer for their shares in the entire company, Ellison said in the statement. Our public offer, which is on the same terms we provided to Warner Brothers Discovery Board of Directors in private, provides superior value and a more certain and quicker path to completion. We believe WBD Board of Directors is pursuing an inferior proposal. Wow. I'm not going to read any more, but you get the gist here. Paramount's kind of trying to undercut Netflix and do a hostile takeover here. But I don't know. Do you guys think that this is good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think this is the end of the movies if Netflix gets a hold of it?
I don't know.
Come on, Rob. Give us that Pitbull response, dude.
Like I said, it's all about right now, and it's about
tell Larry Ellison to go be a cunt somewhere else.
Get fucked.
Go back to Canada.
Yeah.
Go back to Canada, buddy.
Come on, guys. It's just, I don't know if it's gonna be in the movies, but I mean, if you look at certain movie theaters we used to go to, like Lenox, I mean, it's a ghost town.
Yeah.
So maybe these small ones will still keep going, like maybe the Marcus, like certain ones like that will.
I feel like it's the same with anything. These places, they stop caring about, number one, the cleanliness of the building, number two, the employees that work there, and number three, they just don't care about the experience anymore. And I don't get that when I go to a Marcus theater. It's clean for the most part. I mean, some things are out of their hands until they can get somebody in to clean it. But
pick up their trash.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff is just, like I said, out of their hands until they can see it. But I AMC is what it is. They're hanging on by a thread, it seems like. But I thought they kind of rebounded for a little bit. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I don't think the movies are going away anytime soon, because there is a lot of money that the mega movies make that they just won't make on a streaming platform like Netflix. I just don't see it there. I mean, the people that have Netflix already have it. The people that don't want it are not going to have it because they do other things. You have your physical media collectors, you have your people that actually go to movies. So I don't know. I just don't see it being the end of movies, because there is a lucrative part to the movies. This isn't just an America thing. This is a worldwide thing that brings in cash for these movie these movie studios. But I mean, I think a lot of people take Ted Sarandis. They quote him as saying the movie theater experience is outdated. But money talks, and when you gain a hold of a studio that made a lot of money last year, that talks. I mean, and I think movies will still be in theaters. They just won't be in theaters as long. I think you'll see a 2 to 3 week run, and then they'll be on streaming in the following month. So, what do you think, PBS?
I mean, it's bad news either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great. It's definitely not great.
You know, I get it. Warner Brothers is in debt. No thanks to Mr. Zaslav, who's always doing a bunch of bullshit.
Right. Even though he got HBO Max to turn a profit.
After he changed the name back and forth 3 times.
4 fucking times. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people are worried about Netflix getting Warner Brothers, as am I, because, what did Ted Sarandos say about, watching a movie at home is just as good as seeing it at the theater,
No, it's not.
What was the big movie that I forget the movie he used, but he said like Barbenheimer or whatever. Like, oh, that would have been just as big if it was just on Netflix or whatever.
No.
And
I mean, maybe Barbie, but no.
They wouldn't have made that kind of money or anything. So it's just.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think when they get a hold of this and they see that, like, let's face it, like Netflix isn't making the caliber movies that Warner Brothers is making.
Right.
They're spending money like Warner Brothers, but they're not making the caliber of movies, the quality of movies that Warner Brothers and other big studios make. And I think once they see the cash that comes in from these movies, they'll have no choice but to kind of not necessarily get rid of it, but adapt it into their platform somehow and still have it in theaters.
So I don't know. Netflix is basically a tech company that shows movies, really.
Yeah.
And that's, everybody's afraid if Warner Brothers goes to them, like Warner Brothers is essentially dead. But on the other hand, if Warner Brothers goes to Paramount and all that, like the Ellisons are like an Elon Musk. So what do you want? You want a dead company or a zombie company?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it'd be better just being dead.
And I don't want CNN I don't want 5 news channels to be covered in the same ideology. You know what I mean? Like, you need a leftist news station. You need a rightist news station. You need a news station that's in the middle. I don't want to see Erica Kirk crying on every fucking news channel. You know what I mean?
I forgive him. Bad acting on all those news channels.
Stop it. That's it. Stop it. It's like, shut up. I hope Candace Owens just fucking trolls her.
Somebody needs to do like an edit of like people with squinty eyes, like Erica Kirk's always squinting her eyes. Like people like Clint Eastwood in the Westerns always squinting his eyes.
She's so fake, dude.
Yeah.
And like, I almost wonder, like, are those really Charlie Kirk's kids, or was she artificially inseminated with them? Like, something
Probably.
just seems fake about that whole thing.
She's an actress.
Yeah.
As soon as you realize that she is like a pageant person, she's just an actress and not a very good one. That's 99% of her on any public, time. So yeah, it's just bad news, however it goes. I really would prefer them to go to nobody, but again, that seems to be Zaslav's plan all along, to get them sold to somebody at some point. And they've been sold before. There was the Warner Brothers and AOL Time Warner and all that stuff. So
I'm just like, and you look at Warner Brothers, like HBO's very successful. They're the number 3 streamer,
something like it.
I mean, they put out phenomenal content. I mean, every year, all year long. I mean, they had the run with the movies this year, and it's like, you hear that they're in debt, and it's like, how, like, what is being mismanaged here? But I mean, and as iconic of a brand that it is, it just troubles me to see that it's in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, how is it in trouble? It really bothers me.
All of these streamers, it started with Netflix, but all these streamers have disrupted everything. They've disrupted the theatrical windows.
Yeah.
The expectation of people that like, oh, I don't need to see that theater. It'll be streaming next week.
They always used to say, there was 2 things that were bulletproof through, economic troubles and all that. And that was alcohol and the entertainment industry. And both of those industries are kind of struggling nowadays. So it just seems very odd. And I mean, alcohol is struggling because marijuana is becoming legal, in more and more places. But these, like, what is going on with the movies and TV? And you can point the finger right at Netflix.
Like I said, I don't want to say they've killed off physical media, but they've severely reduced it. Like we all heard stories in the past of movies that weren't successful in the theater, and the DVD sales and rentals,
they found new life,
saved the movie.
Yeah. Or they would release a director's cut, right. And you know, a lot of actors would talk about taking deals on physical
Back-end
media.
DVD sales, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they would make a shit ton of money off of that. Those deals don't exist anymore.
Like Grandma's Boy, it tanked, but it made so much money off.
It's
of
a
DVD
cult
sales.
classic.
Yeah.
It became a cult classic. I never heard of that movie until it came out on DVD. I was walking through like Walmart or Target and saw it, and I was like, I got to watch this.
Back when you could walk through a store and have some stuff on the shelf.
Right, definitely. It's just I don't know, man. And at some point, it's got to correct itself. And does that mean a giant's going to topple? Probably. And I hate to see it. It's something as iconic as Warner Brothers and all the IP names that they have. I mean, it's just there's so much there.
And that's what some of the movie people I follow on TikTok, a lot of them were commenting on like the theatrical experience, which is important to us as well. But I'm thinking of, again, like all those movies that Warner Brothers has been a part of. Like if it goes to Netflix or if it even goes to Paramount, like, are they going to be streaming all the time? Are they going to be available on disc?
And if there's only two places for you to choose between making your content and getting a job, I mean, you're not going to be able to compete for wages, and there's no competition essentially. So you have to take what they give you, and it's just not good. It's not good. It doesn't breed competition, like I said. And, you know, that just doesn't mean wages. That means good content and, I mean, good writing. I mean, there's just so much that comes out of competition. And, you know, when we have, you know, 1 to 2 entities controlling things, it's just not good. Like there's a reason why we made all these monopoly laws like years ago. It's because this shit was out of control and we realized it and we broke it all up. And now we're back to that point where everything's just kind of condensed into 1 to 2 to 3 groups, and it's getting bad. So
We've allowed all these big tech companies basically to buy everything up.
Yeah.
And we haven't stopped them.
the tech bros are the worst thing this world's ever had. And I think about like most of our problems in today's world, and it all stems from social media and other things that these tech guys are making. Like it's funny, like there's a lot of things that are like way better nowadays. And then you think back in the day, there's a lot of things that were way, way, way better than they are today.
Right.
So, and you can only point to greed and people sucking everything up and not caring about the product. But all right, so you know what time it is, don't you?
What time is it?
Zilla's Tubi pick of the week. Each week we pick the best from Tubi's vast selection. This time it's a dud. I watched a film so bad it made my eyes go wide.
So before we start, I realized that you watched my pick I did last time. It was Hard Boiled.
Yeah, I watched it.
What was your thoughts about that?
You know, if I'd have watched that movie in the 90s, I'd have been it'd have been phenomenal.
Right.
The scene where he slides down the banister and shoots everybody is great.
With the toothpick. Doesn't
Yeah, he's like laying waste to like 50, 80 people with a toothpick in his mouth.
It's fantastic.
Not worried about getting blood in his mouth at all.
No.
He's just like fucking killing everybody.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean it was solid. I think I gave it a 3 or something, maybe a 3.5.
It's a fun ass movie.
Yeah. I hope you got something good for us this time.
It's bad, but man, it's hilarious.
Sorry, I'm getting here. Oh, so you're going with this, huh?
Yeah, just because I did watch a couple of Christmas ones. They just really weren't even funny. So I would like just go with this one.
You know, next week you have to have a Christmas episode.
No, I will. Yeah, absolutely.
Like a Christmas themed one.
Oh, of course.
I'm already like cracking up looking at this.
Because it's hilarious. That's why.
It's hilarious, but you gave it 1.5 stars.
It's still, I mean, if you look at it as a movie, it's not good, but man, it's hilarious.
All right. Thanksgiving 2008, directed by Jordan Downey. Okay. A homicidal turkey axes off college kids during Thanksgiving break. I love the synopsis. Short and sweet. Gets to the point. So tell us a little bit about this movie, Robzilla, and why did you pick it?
So I guess it's
Look at that turkey. He looks fucking evil.
so it's like 5 friends. They go on vacation from school, which they're leaving the school, which there are only 5 people there. Like nobody else goes to the school apparently. So it's so fucking bad. So they're traveling, and then they stop, and their car breaks down at some area, and there's like an urban legend about a possessed turkey that was made evil by the Indians against these pilgrims.
It looks evil.
So
That thing looks like it would scare Pumpkinhead.
right. So it's so funny because it's just a legend, but in the beginning, it shows the turkey attacking a pilgrim woman with her breasts out. He's like, "Nice tits, bitch," and he sounds like
The
Freddy
turkey
Krueger.
talks,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh yeah, he sounds like Freddy Krueger.
Oh, I'm interested
Yeah.
now.
So the director who did this movie does the voice of the turkey.
The director does.
Yes, he does. So the way it comes back to life is a dog pisses on it. So just like Freddy Krueger, it wakes up and
Freddy does come back to life when a dog pisses on
I
him,
think it's
doesn't
like 3, like 4, I think maybe 4 or 5, I
he?
think.
Maybe 5, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it kills the dog, but it doesn't really show it. So
You just hear the.
yeah, you hear that. That's what you hear. And then like the guy,
Were you watching it with your dog? And
No,
your dog was like, "What is going on?"
she was asleep. She didn't give a shit. So the owner comes back and he's looking for his dog. He's like, "What happened to my dog?" And of course he's making puns. He's like, "The dog had an accident." He's like, "You
Oh,
get it with the axe?" And then so he goes on this tear, killing people, and there's a whole lore behind the possessed turkey, evil turkey. You have to watch it. It's bad, but man, it's hilarious. So
Hilarious enough for 1.5
yes, it
stars.
is. Like apparently it's
Joe
it's-
Russo watched this.
Uh-huh.
Not Joe Russo from the Avengers, the low budget horror Joe Russo writer. He's actually a good follow on X if you
Okay.
don't follow him.
Okay.
He actually responds to you and everything, but his review was a turkey.
that's the best way to do it. But it's I've seen it. I haven't seen it before, but I've been wanting to watch it because I've seen it and people have talked about it. So I was like, well, might as well watch it.
Don't lie, you jerked off to the titty turkey part, didn't you?
Yeah, sure. But and it's a perfect runtime. It's 67 minutes, perfect runtime, so it's not even long.
No.
And then that clip I sent earlier is from the movie. Yeah,
You sent a
obviously.
clip earlier?
Yeah. with
Okay.
the turkey.
That was the one.
That was the one.
Oh, I don't think I.
You responded
You
to
responded like that's a Robzilla
it.
movie.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah,
I said
yeah.
that's the Tubi pick.
Sorry, dude,
I got a dollar.
I'm mentally breaking, dude. Like, I get so many messages nowadays, and then I send so many, and like,
Lines get blurred.
dude, I know, like, I can't keep up with everything, and I feel bad because people send me shit on Instagram. I get shit on X. I get shit on Snapchat. Like, I can't keep up, and I feel bad because I don't get to respond to everybody as quickly as I'd like.
Mm.
And I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy talking to people or anything, but it's to a point now where I'm like trying to get stuff done, and I'm like, oh fuck. But like, you guys are my priority, and a couple other text threads that we're in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting tough, dude. I'm like, I don't know if it's just me getting older, but I mean, I've always had like 12 or 13 chats open all day. And I remember somebody seeing my phone at lunch at work, and they were like, Jesus Christ, dude. And I was like, I'm fucking mentally ill. What can I say?
Fucking crazy.
But this is the first time where I'm like sweating. Like, I'm just like, I have to swipe stuff away, and I'm like, I'll just check. Like, I'm just checking Instagram once a week now. And
just turn off the phone.
Yeah, I'm not turning my phone off, but a part of me does want to turn it off and just debug maybe a couple nights a week.
Disconnect.
But yeah, and I mean, I feel like I would pay attention more to what I'm watching and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I feel bad. Like, I now that you guys said I made that comment, it's coming back to me. Like, yeah, I did do that. But this week has been all about Sharon Moore and a couple other things that aren't really related to our podcast. But yeah, dude, this looks interesting. I might have to. This looks like an edible movie for sure.
It's funny. I mean, it's a good time.
Now, Robzilla, you're not going to make this a Tubi pick double feature with its sequel, Thanksgiving 3, that you also watched.
That was way. That's way
So they
worse.
they jumped from 2 to 3,
So basically,
or from 1 to 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the whole thing is like the second movie's missing, and the turkey's trying to find it.
Oh, and the third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they used like a lot more puppets.
Very
and, like,
clever.
He gets a turkey cock. His turkey cock becomes a chainsaw. Like
His turkey
Ash.
cock.
Yeah.
So he's like humping people and chainsawing them.
Well, no, not at first. And when he gets the chainsaw dick, he does, which is just like
I like how uncomfortable he says chainsaw dick. Chainsaw dick.
You're gonna take that.
You're gonna
dick.
take that dick.
But and of course he says a line from from Evil Dead.
Sure about that?
Sad Grievous.
You
Gravy.
sure about that?
Gravy.
You sure about that?
Sure about that?
Man, that's funny.
I like this review. I like the part
Yeah, I was just getting ready to read this.
when the turkey slammed that girl from behind and said, "You just got stuffed."
Yep. That does
Truly a
happen.
timeless holiday classic.
So the turkey raped somebody.
They were in the middle of an act, and then all of a sudden he kills the guy, and then he
joins in.
he kills the guy, and then he's having sex with
Some people are mentally disturbed, aren't they? Like, yeah, that just doesn't seem entertaining at all.
He breaks her neck because he's got his little fucking feather arms. He just breaks her neck, and he's like, "You got stuffed in." Snap.
Oh man, I'm trying to look here, see if there's any other good comments. Watch this with friends, or else 1.5 star for the laughs. Sounds like you.
That's what it is. Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Oh, I can't believe they put Tucker and Dale as a similar film to this.
No,
Like that.
no, that's blasphemy.
Okay, maybe Idle Hands, but even the Babysitter. They've got the Babysitter,
What?
Idle Hands, Hatchet,
What?
the Gingerbread. There you go, Rob. There's your movie for next week, The Gingerbread Man.
Oh, I have it saved. It's got
Oh, I have that saved.
Oh, who's in that?
Some
Gary
popular,
Busey. Gary Busey's
some
in that.
popular
Oh,
1-star
really?
reviews. Pooping in your husband's coffee because you want a divorce is just a power move on a level I don't think I'll ever reach.
Yep. Well, your
Yes.
stepmom wanted a divorce, so be careful on the trip, honey.
Is it bad? Question mark. Is it fun bad? Question mark. This movie is harder to crack than the John Benet Ramsey case.
Had a criminal amount of fun with this movie. That starts with the line, "Nice tits, bitch." So very silly, but also charming and short enough to not outwear that's welcome. Some decent practical effects, a foul-mouthed turkey, and not a single sane line of dialogue for a full 60 minutes. Could be a new Halloween time classic, but very hard to rate. Could give it a 0.5 star to value it's so bad it's good.
It's a 0.5-star review. That's a quote. Pull your shirt down, honey. It's Thanksgiving, not tits giving. I rest my case.
Are the women at least attractive in this?
Yeah, one girl's cute. One's kind of like the slutty one,
Okay.
but she's hot in that time
I mean,
frame.
boobs are boobs.
Another 0.5-star review. God is dead and it's our fault.
If God ever sees this, do you think he'll be like, they're out of control again?
Nothing says happy holidays like a topless pilgrim.
Yeah. Okay.
This is why everyone goes straight to Christmas after Halloween. When I was in college, a classmate of mine suffered a nervous breakdown, and this movie was blamed for their hospitalization. There's a character that eagerly wants to fuck the turkey, and that's not even the worst part of this movie.
There's a character that wants to fuck the turkey?
The one I sent you.
Oh, okay. I don't remember the clip. I'm sorry, dude. I might have just looked at it and been like,
It's fine, but
This movie is kind of like the giant poop you take after Thanksgiving dinner. Disgusting, but great.
now I got to like look through the messages real quick, see if we can find this.
Another one. I don't know why this gets referenced twice. This review is harder to close than the John Benet Ramsey case. I don't know what's all the John Benet references.
it's on fire today with those references.
Those what?
References.
When you guys, I was so bored when I was waiting for you guys to get here.
Hey guys, I called off today,
With the Stranger Things.
so we can record early if you want. I'm sorry.
Did you like how he said, I'm sorry at the end?
I'm sorry.
The film equivalent of drawing a dick on someone's face with Sharpie while they're sleeping. Just like cranberry sauce, I can't believe I'm trying this again. I thought I might have gotten it wrong the first time, but despite all the goof and novelty, this one is for the birds. Worth a heart for charm, but this is nothing more than a festive rewatch to kill brain cells before I eat myself silly. Happy Turkey Day.
By the way, that Street Fighter movie looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks really bad. Like, who gave them money to make that?
Dude, like the people who they got is just 50 Cent as Balrog. I mean,
Cody Rhodes looks awful.
as Guile. He was talking in an interview saying like his lisp was really bad. He's like Thonic Boom or something like that.
Yeah.
Sonic Boom.
Thonic Boom.
Oh man, I'm looking through our messages here, and I'm
Another 1-star review. I still haven't seen The Godfather.
Predator. What was that Predators on that you told us to watch?
It's on. I don't remember if it's Amazon or Paramount Plus. One of those.
Man, I'm looking. I must have scrolled past it already.
Half-star review. I was told to watch this. Why did I do that? LOL.
That's a good question.
Hot sauce, CBS. Oh, this is Thursday. This was today, right? That you sent this?
I sent it today.
Okay. I'm all the way on Thursday messages for some reason. I'm looking. Just give me a quick second. Keep reading reviews.
That scene between Sheriff and Turkey is the single most important scene in cinematic history.
Okay.
I listened to this movie while working my shift at McDonald's. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. A must watch annually for Thanksgiving.
You remember what
There's-
time you sent it?
No.
There's another after something John Benet Ramsey. Rob, is there like a John Benet Ramsey
I have-
reference in this movie?
Yeah, that's a lot of John Benet
I
Ramsey.
think there is. I can't remember.
Had to have been, because why would people keep
Yeah, let's
mentioning
see
it?
it anyway. This movie's first shot, the very first shot, is of a massive titty. The turkey looked like a melted.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
Texas, and there's so many good one-liners, and then one they end on is so embarrassing. Killer turkey, guys. Killer fucking turkey.
If it wants to load.
Jesus.
I don't know. Everything sucks now. Am I right?
Yeah.
Everything just sucks.
Just
Damn you, Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Half-star review. I can't believe I've watched this thing 4 times now. My contribution to the Friendsgiving party.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got.
Guess I'll take ass.
Rest.
Now that's what I call a tight ass. Yeah.
You know, it's not for you or anyone else for that matter.
Oh, please, mister. Please. I have a daughter.
Call her.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hi, honey.
I did watch
It's
this.
Daddy. Yeah, sweetie. I'll be home real soon. Sweetie, please give Mommy a kiss and tell her that
I love the sheep just staring there, you know, like, eh.
Call her.
At least he let him call her, you know.
Oh my God.
You're about to die over that, bro.
You just see the shotgun just come out of nowhere. It's like a video game. You got like 18 weapons. You only carry one. This pops out of nowhere.
All right. That means we're off to our final segment of the night, and that is Stranger Things Season 5, Part 1. So, what did everyone think? Did it live up to the expectations? Were you disappointed? Are you excited for the rest of the season?
I'm happy. I'm happy to see the conclusion of the story.
Yeah.
And they're getting too old for this shit.
They really are. And, like, how is it that these kids are the only ones that are like catching on to what's going on in the town? You know, like
they're smarter than the military.
yeah, they're smarter than everybody else. And Joyce Byers just has she can just sniff trouble anywhere, right?
Will, don't go there,
And
Will.
Hopper is like Rambo now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, he's
I got no problem with it. Hopper's a badass. So,
you can't go this time.
but and these people, they will not just enjoy the ride. They got to try and guess everything, and they people are so convinced that this is going to be a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
I've heard the theory, but I mean,
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so, but I think it's funny. See people like have a fucking meltdown.
So you enjoyed it, huh?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't have too many complaints like someone over there. But one thing I did dislike was the CGI scene that they opened with.
Well, it's not really a spoiler, but it's Will, but I can't even tell it's Will.
No, and like I'm rewatching the series now to kind of
It's a whole different actor.
Yeah.
I
thought it was just CGI.
Yeah, I mean they've got the CGI face or whatever on it, but they did age CGI the face, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just a totally different actor.
Is it really?
Because
I mean the scene just looks bad. I mean it just looks.
I thought it was a different kid until I had the subtitles on. It says Will's choking or something. I'm like, oh, that's Will.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I mean, you see the coat and the backpack, and you're like, oh, it is Will, but yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought the whole thing was CGI. They CGI'd it or whatever.
Could be.
So I don't know, but it just didn't look good.
Yeah,
didn't look good. Like that's one thing you got to film that first season, and if you use it later on, you use it. But they didn't. So is what
they
it
didn't
is.
know about Vecna in the first season.
Yeah, right.
He's always been there.
I mean, what a fucking finale, though. And
yeah,
before we go any further, if you haven't watched this and you don't want to get anything spoiled, cut it off now.
Yep.
Look, there's only one spoiler really for 4 episodes, and it's the very last episode.
Right, right.
And I feel like if you haven't watched this show by now, you're probably not going to care that much about a spoiler. If you're waiting for the Christmas episodes and all that.
I really enjoyed it though. It's finally nice that they're back and getting it on order. I think they waited too long.
Yeah,
they definitely waited too long after that last one. And the last season they could have ended okay, but they ended on that, biblical,
apocalypse
type. The town splits in half or whatever.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'd have been fine with that. I'd just been like, oh, okay, whatever. It is what it is. Or they should have just jumped forward a lot more than instead of a year and a half.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because
that's the impression they gave everybody. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna jump forward, and they didn't jump forward as much as they needed to.
Well, Robin and Steve, they're on a radio, and they said this is our 500th episode.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you how long it's been. If they
the
do
town is under quarantine,
yeah,
because they're getting deliveries, and Murray's kind of like sneaking in and getting them supplies that they need. And man, why isn't that guy trapped in there with them?
Right,
he needs to just be there all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't forget, like in that very first episode, they make a big deal about Murray coming in.
Yeah,
like bringing the truck in. And then he comes in like 4 or 5 more times in the next 4 episodes.
It's just like nothing for him after that first time.
Do you think like the Army guys like, Murray, this is your second time in here today. What the hell are you delivering?
Yeah. These people, they love bread. What can I say? I got another delivery of Schwabels back there.
And he gets everything for him, everything.
Yeah. But my God, dude, these people, I was just thinking about this. I watched an episode before you guys came over here. I'm in season 3 right now, my rewatch. But I'm like, does the town of Hawthorne, Hawthorne? Hawkins, sorry. Hawthorne. Where am I getting Hawthorne from?
Hawthorne Heights.
Hawthorne Heights, probably, yeah. Hawkins, the town of Hawkins has like the most credible, case against the government that anybody will ever have to sue the government. I mean, the suffering that this poor town has gone through because these assholes wanted to experiment with all this other shit that opened these portals to another dimension. And my God, it's just terrible. But it's funny, going through my rewatch, I'm like, this is all taken from conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like the psionics of it that Elle uses, and the remote viewing, and the like all this was studied by the CIA at some point. So it's kind of cool that they took all, some heavy influence from conspiracy theories. And then a part of you is like, are they conditioning me for something? What's going on here?
Well, the whole original idea of the show, I guess, came from, it was going to be called like the
Montauk Project. Yeah.
And that supposedly based off of a real life project from the Army where they were involved in all those things.
Yeah, where they put people in the tanks and all that. And yeah. So I mean, we know for a fact that the CIA has studied all that shit. I mean, it's openly admitted, and the proof is out there in certain documents and stuff like that. But man, I gotta say they did a good job with the action and stuff. I know you're not so much big on the he's like, they look so old. And what did you say? 11 looks older than, or no, you said Nancy looks older than Joyce Byers.
Yeah.
There's some
like, come on.
There's some bad lighting on Nancy's face. Looks like she's just been smoking Marlboros the whole time.
And everybody's got these sunken in faces now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make them look like, I don't know if they think it makes them look thinner and more beautiful or something, but it makes them look ill. And I just don't see what they're getting out of that.
Or maybe
that
they're
trend.
projecting that as well, just because, I mean, they're quarantine and all this stuff. And
you can tell who's not eating. You know what I mean? And then you hear about some people, they're actually getting that fat removed out of their cheeks. Fat. And it's like, you don't look healthy. What is wrong with you?
That's crazy.
And I don't know, man. Like, I don't have a problem with them playing the role still. Because, I mean, let's face it, teenagers looked much older than what they were back in the day, whereas our generation all looked younger. And I think we all still look somewhat young, unless you've been doing hardcore drugs and you look like a fucking crackhead now. But I don't have a problem so much with that. It is what it is. That's what we got to work with. Let's just get the story over with so we can move on with our lives and know what happens with Vecna. And
but man, Dustin, he looks like he drinks whiskey out back with a pack of Marlboros with Nancy.
Why they had to? Why did?
I hate how they've made Dustin like Dusty a
prick,
like a martyr almost. Like bro, like no one's gonna like, you can't defend what's his face anymore. Like the whole town hates him. You stop wearing the Hellfire shirt and getting beat up.
Just like, for one, like I feel like every character is like wearing a bad wig. And his is especially bad.
Yeah, it's way worse.
Because they keep him with that mullet or whatever.
I haven't noticed
like
that.
Let him cut his hair.
Well, you see it right when he's walking in school. It's like so fucking bad. It's just like,
I just figured it was,
like,
do you think it's a wig or do you think it's like his actual hair?
It's a wig.
You think it's a wig?
It's a wig. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
like I said,
I didn't really notice it.
Like
to
the hat.
Now that you mentioned it, and by the time I get to the rewatch of this, I'll notice it.
Like everyone is wearing, like everyone. It's
really.
Oh yeah, at least all the kids, almost all the kids. Like I said, you accused me a bit of being a hater on the show, and I'm like,
you are a hater.
I'm not trying to hate on the show.
He is. He's 100% trying to hate on it.
And I told you, like, I haven't seen anything since the second season, and even that's so long ago now that I don't really remember anything about the first or second season particularly. But like, I'm not coming in to hate on the show, but there's just so many things that bother me about it. Like the wig thing. Like, I literally, like, I went on Reddit and just
is there a whole thing on Reddit about it?
Yeah, okay, I'm like, this can't just be me. Like I'm not just being hard on this. So I go into and put like Stranger Things wigs, and some people are like, these wigs are killing me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one.
Thank God.
Like, why can't their hair just be their hair? Even like 11's got a bad wig, and she's got that Goonies outfit or whatever, like the whole time,
like 80s workout almost.
Yeah, you're right, dude. There's all kinds of stuff when you Google it.
Like I said, I'm not
crazy.
Oh yeah. I'm not crazy. I'm not like just finding one thing and like picking at it. Like other people are noticing it too.
So the AI overview for Gemini says Stranger Things season 5 heavily relies on wigs and extensions for most characters to maintain continuity during the long production, with designers creating multiple versions, clean, messy, distressed per character. Like Karen Willer's sad wig or Nancy's evolving alien-inspired look. What?
I think it must come later.
Yeah. Though Steve Harrington, 11, and Holly are exceptions with their natural hair.
They just got it pulled back funky.
Right.
Steve Harrington's looked like Steve Harrington in the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just not looking at the right characters, but like I said earlier, I'm sure I'll notice it now that you've pointed it out to me.
Like poor,
because I had already finished it by the time you had said that to me.
Like poor Mike with his kid and play, kind of like, oh my god, like it just doesn't look natural at all.
Yeah. Or that big ass high top for Lucas.
Or Lucas. That's what I was talking. Lucas,
Lucas.
like come on. But that's a problem, you know. And as you said, like I haven't been a huge fan along the way, but when I'm searching those Reddits and stuff, people were upset that like, oh, season 4 ends with Hawkins being split open, and in that first episode they do the thing from the squawk where she's like, oh yeah, the government boarded that stuff back up. It's all good, no problems. You're like, oh, I was ready to see like all hell break loose.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, so that's
and that's sort of my part between the weight and the expectation. Like every episode coming back needed to be like a banger. I don't think they were. It took for me. I took like to the 3rd episode, which is the episode where they.
Sure about that? You
look,
sure about
you watch this episode back. You watch this episode back, and every time you said like, "Oh, the action's good," I'm looking at the camera thinking, "Are you sure about that?"
I had fun with every episode. I mean, I can't. There isn't too much I can complain about. One complaint I do have, and it pains me to say this: Linda Hamilton is just not great in this.
No,
they're not doing enough with her.
No, and the thing is, like, it's the 80s. How many like women generals were there in the 80s? Like, not many at all.
You get, and that's another thing people complain about.
How many women generals are there today?
Well, for this administration, less than there were recently. But like a lot of people are complaining about like the army or whatever has an outpost in the Upside Down now. And they're like, I thought the Upside Down was supposed to be toxic and just being there was bad.
Yeah.
Let alone.
Yeah, they all just kind of like go without suits now. Like in the first couple seasons when they go into the Upside Down, they were wearing hazmat suits and they have oxygen tanks. And now they're just like Hopper's like fucking eating beef jerky and chilling in there, you know. But it's funny, they've broken with a lot of stuff. I mean, I guess maybe it's not as toxic as they once thought it was.
Or maybe it's a certain area that's toxic more than others, maybe.
Who knows?
And again, like I said, it really took for like the 3rd episode for me to kind of get into an episode, and it's the episode where they got to kidnap the kid and his family so they can lure the Demogorgon. So they do all that. And at the end of the episode, like, we let the kid take the mask off, so now the Demogorgon knows where he was. Like the one person you had to keep the mask on,
right?
After going through all this shit, you cut a hole in their floor, destroy their house pretty much.
They really did massacre that poor family's fucking house. They got a chainsaw out and chainsaw the dining room floor out.
They Home Alone that shit.
They really did. They really did.
All for nothing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that David Harbour came on set and he was like, I was in this movie where I played Santa Claus, and we just kind of mixed it with Home Alone, and it really fucking worked. And I think this would work for this season.
And then, of course, you talked about the first episode with Will, and everybody's talking about how it's like basically Vecna abusing him. And so, guess what? 5 seasons of Stranger Things. What's it about? It's about trauma and grief. They just turned it into elevated horror on us.
They really did, dude. They really did.
And
did you like that finale where he was like, "You were the easiest to break with"? Like it was total like creeper mode going on.
And again, the big spoiler for the first 4 episodes is that Will has some sort of powers, but his power is accepting that he's gay.
That's what I said.
Do you think Vecna is the reason why Will's gay? Yeah. Like he molested him,
that's
and
part of it.
Right?
Well, people have talked about, like I said, I haven't rewatched the earlier seasons of the show, but like his father molested him, and that's why.
Well, his father's kind of like when they show the father in the first season, he is not around the family, and he's a pussy slayer. He's got the younger girlfriend, and he's doing his own thing, not paying child support or helping poor Joyce Byers out. But so yeah, they do kind of. I remember seeing stuff like that where they've kind of hinted that he was abused.
And I think again, a lot of this stuff is sort of them retconning, because the first season was just supposed to be the whole show.
Yeah,
and then the next season was supposed to be like a different story, I guess. So you can tell they've kind of made some of or a lot of this up as they went, and it's starting to show. Like if you go back and watch like Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan talked all the time like we didn't necessarily plan everything out, but we got lucky here and there that stuff worked. And I just I think this finale is going to be a disappointment to a lot of people.
I don't think you're going to make anybody 100% happy. I mean, it's such a beloved show that no matter what happens, people are going to have complaints because they want it to end a certain way.
Yeah,
I think they're just going to screw it up.
And like I mentioned earlier, there are people like they can't enjoy the ride. People are like, I think it's going to end this way. It's got to end this way.
Everybody's got a theory
because they've got their fucking notes that they've been taking, and like you said, this is a show that people rewatch relentlessly every year. Like they fucking go for it, and they really want it to end a certain way.
My theory that I'm buying into is that time travel is going to be involved, or like a loop or a wormhole or something like that is going to be involved at some point.
Do you think the Russians are going to have a prominent role showing back up at some point?
I don't think so, because everybody's been like,
they just kind of gave up after the mall.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, like in season 3, they have like this whole thing going underneath the mall or whatever, and they just kind of like disappear after that.
Right. These Americans can't.
And the Russians don't give up on anything.
Come
on, except for the moon.
Right.
People have been talking about like they haven't killed off any characters really, and if I suspect,
I mean, aside from Eddie and the one girl, and
but like they did, they had a chance to kill off some of the parents in this season. They didn't do any of that, and I suspect,
well, they damn near did with those two,
the Wheelers,
but not really though.
By the way, Mrs. Wheeler would get it any day of the week if she asked for it. And so would Joyce Byers.
She's going to stand up for you with that wine bottle. But I suspect because they're going to do 3 episodes and then 1 episode, so the finale.
Yeah,
I suspect someone or some people are going to die in the next 3 episodes, and then they're just going to time travel and fix it all in the last episode.
Oh, so you're thinking there's going to be a time travel that just undoes everything?
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean,
something along those lines.
I do agree that some major people have to die coming up. I mean,
but that's my thing though. If that's going to be the ending, if they're just going to time travel and fix everything, they should have started killing people off already.
Right.
And it's funny because we talked about the trauma thing in season 1. I think is it season 1 or season 2 where they kind of reveal Hopper's trauma, why he's like the town sheriff, but he's drunk or whatever, chief of police.
Yeah, I think it's 1.
But
about his daughter or whatever.
Yeah.
He loses his daughter, and then he loses his marriage, and he's an alcoholic because of it. And Joyce Byers is, she's left with she loses her husband, she's left with her kids. Like there's just trauma everywhere sprinkled throughout this show. And obviously Dustin's dealing with his trauma, losing his best mate Eddie, and
in his receding hairline, probably.
Right. So I mean, it just, they're gonna stick with that formula. You just see it. The writing's on the wall that if not one, maybe a couple of people are gone. And I have this inkling that I feel like Will's older brother is gonna go.
He needs to go.
Either him or Nancy.
I feel like Nancy's too much of a badass to go.
Nancy sticks her. She's always like got her nose in something, and eventually that's going to catch up to you. But I mean, Hopper's another one, dude. He's always in the line of fire, and eventually that stuff comes back to get you.
I feel like he's going to survive because I mean they tease
Hopper's got 9 lives, dude.
Yeah,
like how did he make it through that portal at the end of season 3?
Right. Exactly.
My other thought is that like they need to do like a follow-up show like 20 years from now when everybody in Hawkins just has cancer.
Well, I take that back. Nancy can't go because haven't they announced that she's doing a spinoff? Or is that just kind of like a fake rumor?
No, it's a spinoff, but it takes place between 4 and 5.
Oh.
So they can kill her off.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
But Robin's going to be in it as well. So they said there's something in the story can tie with
Robin.
The ending. Yeah.
Refresh my memory.
Rock and Robin?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with
no, you're fine.
with names. I know her as that's what's her face's
Uma
Thurman and Ethan what's his name?
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke's daughter, yeah.
Maya Hawke.
She's gorgeous too.
She's cute.
And man, Will, what a fucking peeper that dude is. Like, my God, shut the door, dude. Don't watch him make out.
Yeah. That trauma gets
So
you.
does Will go both ways? Because it looked like he was a little heartbroken there.
Well, he's finding himself.
Yeah.
That's the magic. You got to find yourself.
Yeah,
That's the real power.
He seemed really disappointed when he saw her sucking face with that other
That's
girl.
That's
She
why
gets me.
when Robzilla finally admitted he was a piece of shit, that's when he got his superpowers.
Well,
Just
that's
like,
where
oh my God.
that's where I got my.
I
cooking
knew once
techniques.
everybody was getting their ass kicked in that finale, I was like, Will's about to fuck some shit up, dude. Like, he's been the victim for so long. He's
Yeah.
gonna come out. But it's funny, like, if he gets away from Vecna, he doesn't have those powers anymore. It
He has
seems
to be
like.
close to him.
Because was it season 4 they moved to California, right, or
Yep.
something like that,
Yes, California.
and he doesn't have any issues when he's away. It's only when he goes back to Hawkins that
Or
he
he's in that area.
yeah he feels the little
Tingle.
pedo tingle from Vecna.
That's just his hands touching his neck.
Right, man. It's look at us chatting about Stranger Things though.
Yeah.
We're talking about all kinds of things.
I
with
feel
this.
like Elle's going to have to sacrifice herself to.
yeah, she's another one.
She's
Like,
got to go, I think.
and all
Mike would be devastated.
as much as she uses her power, she's got to have some kind of brain damage. All the
Yeah.
blood that she has from her brain,
Right.
like there's got to be something going on there, like some kind of tumor growing in her
She-
brain
I'm
or
telling you,
something.
Hawkins is going to be one of those like cancer superclusters.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. If there's ever been a case for people to sue the government, Hawkins has, a clear cut case.
You
against
guys,
the
you guys ever
government.
see the commercials like, were you on base in Camp Lejeune from 2000?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you live outside of Hawkins, Indiana from 1983 to 1986? You might be entitled to compensation.
There was a town here in Ohio. I want to say like at the end of the 90s, kids were getting cancer that went to a specific high school in this town.
Mhm.
And come to find out the military was burying like toxic waste underneath all that. And they got sued for all that. And rightfully so, right? I mean, geez.
My one wish for the finale of Stranger Things is that Barb shows back up
and saves the day.
and she's like an upside down Rambo, like, I've been surviving in here for 3 years and you fucks never came for me.
And shoots Nancy right in
Because
the
they
face.
never find Barb. They just kind of give her a funeral, don't they?
I forget. But
And I just rewatched it and I don't remember it.
even the creators have said like, yeah, Barb's dead.
Yeah, because I mean, they have that, because what's his face is taking pictures and he takes a picture of her
Mhm.
sitting on the edge of the pool there.
Yeah.
And then she disappears. And I think they kind of they find her in the upside down, but she's dead or
Something
whatever.
like that.
Like she's got all the, the weeds or whatever that growing around her and
Mhm.
she's suscitated by the mouth or whatever. But yeah, Barb is iced.
She's gone. She's a goner.
Maybe like Jedi version of Barb's down in the upside down or something.
But yeah, like I said, just for as somebody else was kind of like poo-pooing all these, it's like, no, you don't understand. This is going to be a cult classic. And I'm like, a cult classic? What are you talking about? Like millions of people will stream this thing. This isn't no cult classic. This is like a mainstream show.
Yeah, it's not. It's way beyond a cult classic.
And that was just them trying to brush all these aside.
I do think that Stranger Things is like a cinematic masterpiece for his. Like it wasn't. I don't think they ever thought it was going to be this big, and it blew the fuck up in that first season, and then it blew the fuck up even more in the second season, and then it just became a thing in the third. Then the fourth was just insane. So I mean, what they've done, I mean, capturing the essence of the '80s, and I mean, really, I mean, they've revived a lot of the '80s and music. I mean, how much
ahead of the curve on that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, how much money did Kate Bush make because of Stranger Things?
So much money.
I think she made $1 million or something off of streaming and stuff like that.
Has to.
And I mean, you only make like 3 cents a stream or something like that. So that right there tells you people are obsessed with this show.
Yeah. Like I don't think the Duffer Brothers are all that great, but they had this idea, and you go back and they still talk about like how many, like every major TV company like passed on it. Like nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And they were ahead of the curve on the sort of
Duffer
the
Brothers.
retro thing.
All they did was watch some conspiracy theories, and they were like, "Okay, let's incorporate that into the show. Okay, let's do."
There
that.
was a guy who sued him early on because I think he brought some sort of ideas to them about the Montauk Project.
Oh yeah.
And the only reason the guy ended up giving up is because they had some scripts or something that was dated. before he gave them their ideas, so they could prove that they'd been working on it before they
Oh,
met up with that guy. But again, I think this has gotten away from them for the most part, and I don't think they've figured out how to reel it back in. Again, like every episode coming back from this should have been a banger, especially after like 3 years of waiting. Say the wigs are kind of silly, the CGI is funky here and there. I told you, for me, it was really bad in that first episode. Like the whole lighting was like CGI'd, and it kind of made like everything look fake. It wasn't nearly as noticeable for me in the following
and
episodes.
by the way, like they somehow miraculously have like hidden chambers and the radio station that leads into the tunnels that the one monster made in season 2. Was it season 2? Yeah. They made the tunnels through underneath the town. But it's like, man, they've just become spies all of a sudden. Like, and they know more than the military would have that tunnel under check.
And again, like you said, or Robzilla said, like, why don't just make the time jump a little longer and say that they've been exploring this the whole time?
Yeah, like it really should be like a 5-year leap.
This should really be like we're at the finish here. Like this is the last place Vecna is here, and all that. And I said, I think it just got away from them. I think people are going to be disappointed with the finale. One, whether it's good or bad, people are going to be disappointed. But I don't think it's going to be. I think people are going to be disappointed.
I saw one
even
person,
even the Duffer Brothers came out and said, "Hey, all those theories are nice, but don't be overthinking it." So
that's what they said. Like it's not what people are thinking. So
that's kind of why I think it's going to be time travel to fix everything.
Makes sense. I wouldn't be opposed to that,
and that's not an unreasonable ending.
I would be opposed to it just not being real. It was all a dream,
right?
Or it was all a game.
And that's if this show had ended a couple seasons ago, I think that would have been an interesting ending. But I think it's now that'll just piss people off.
Yeah.
When people were saying that a couple seasons ago, I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of silly but fun. But now if you do that, I mean, I think it'll be pissed.
You're invested in the hardships that these people have gone through and the journey they've taken to get to where they are now. And you want to see a conclusion to it that's actually real. And you want to see some people thrive and survive, so to speak. But I don't know. I think people just need to stop trying to guess the ending and just enjoy the ride.
So what do you think? Is Max going to make it out?
Yeah, I think Max is going to save the day. In one of these episodes,
Tracy was like, oh my God, she's back.
They've already shit on her, making her a vegetable.
Yeah.
But what's going to piss me off is if she just gets up and runs out of bed and does something like she's been laying there for a year and a half. She can't move her muscles.
It's like she'll roll out of bed and just fall.
Like, bro, like, let me tell you something. When you don't use your muscles, like it fucking hurts trying to use them again. I cracked my shin bone when I was 11, and it was just a hairline crack up my shin bone. I had to be in a cast from only my toes were open, and it went all the way. It was at an angle, went all the way up to my upper thigh, and that was for 6 weeks. Got it off at the 7th week. And I shit you not, I felt like I was fucking worthless after that. Like the first day I got it off, I wanted to go to City Center and go shopping with my mom. And I felt like crying because it was just so hard to walk. Like, cause you're stiff because you haven't used those muscles. So she gets up and goes out of bed and runs around with the gang. I'm gonna like, what the fuck?
She goes straight running up that hill.
Yeah.
Like, I give a lot of leeway. I'm not sitting there writing down physics and calculating where it goes and what should be right and wrong. But come on now. Like, if that happens, I'm going to be a little upset.
I think they said they were going to kill off Max, but they already killed off Eddie, so they want to kill off another major character.
And a lot of people are speculating about the cave that Max is hiding inside of Vecna's mind. And they're like, something bad happened to he's number 1, right?
Henry or whatever.
Henry, yeah.
Well,
they're
they explained that in season 3 or 4? Like,
it'd be 4 because you didn't really know about Henry until 4.
Yeah. I mean, he had a fucked up childhood and he's weird.
What if Billy comes back? Like, if he's like a little ghost Jedi down in the underworld, just chilling, smoking cigarettes down there.
With
his Mr. PBS is like, Billy, who's Billy? I haven't seen season 2 or season 3. He's the guy that played the Red Ranger in the Power Ranger movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was, he's Max's brother. He's Max's racist brother.
Yeah. He's a bigot.
Yeah, he is. He hates Lucas, like they're kind of flirting with each other in season 2, and he's like, stay away from that boy. But
the boy with a B, boy.
Yeah. That is they don't openly come out and say it, but it's he's like, don't hang around that black boy. Yeah. like just say it. It's the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not like full of complaints. There's a couple things here and there that I dislike or wish they would have went another direction. I'm not nitpicking the wigs or anything. I haven't noticed it too bad, but I'm sure I will now that I watch it again.
It was just so in my face.
I did notice Dusty's hair looked kind of bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst, I think.
They could have just let the guy have a haircut.
Yeah.
Would have been fine.
Yeah.
But man, he is something else with that trench coat, isn't he? It's like
he's so fucking depressive.
It's like, do you want to be a walking punching bag, dude? Like, what is your deal?
Got it, sir.
Yeah. And then is there a character that gets shit on more than Steve?
Steve?
Yeah. I mean, what's his last name? Is it Harrington?
Yeah.
I mean, he's Mr. Cool in the first season, and he makes some mistakes. He goes out of his way, and he ends up with Nancy again, and they just shit on him after that. Like, he just keeps getting shit on.
He's getting those L's.
You know, he's trying to be the good guy. He's the role model to all the other kids that are running around crazy doing stupid shit, and he ends up working with Robin and has a crush on her, and then he finds out, oh, she goes the other way, and you're just like, man, he just can't catch a break. He gets his ass beat every year, it seems like. It's like,
and then Dustin's being a dick to him.
Yeah, I mean, he can't win, dude. He cannot win.
I can't do anything for you, Steve.
If they fucking kill Steve off, I'm gonna be a little pissed because Steve deserves better.
He needs his day.
Out of all these people, out of all these kids, Steve deserves the happy ending, I think.
Well, they've already speculated because we know the names of the episodes. And somebody's like, oh, well, there's an episode called Shock Jock. So that means Steve or Robin? Are they going to get it?
My God, did that look stressful though when they were working the radio show?
Uh-huh.
He's like running, putting tapes in, and he's waiting and hitting play. I'm like, I just like my open space here. I can hit a button.
This is where technology really excels.
Yeah. I wouldn't be doing this if I had to plug tapes in and hit play every fucking second. Like, that would be the end of it. I'd be like, sorry guys, I'm done.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't like overly hate the show. I enjoyed watching it enough, but I don't have I just don't have anything. Like, I'm disappointed coming back to
I'm not disappointed. I've enjoyed every episode so far. And I really enjoyed that last one that they did.
Well, that one was
was so badass when he killed all those fucking. You didn't like it when he was like, and then he had the blood and he was like, wiping it off.
I'm gay, Neo.
Gay
Actually,
Neo.
Doesn't he do the Chris Pratt thing where like,
yeah, he's like seizing control of him, and he's like,
Jurassic World did it. That's another problem. Like, I feel like other stuff has already kind of done all this.
But yeah, I'm excited for the rest of
But it could still surprise me.
How many episodes do we get on Christmas?
3.
And then how many episodes do we get on New Year's?
One last one.
One last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which they are playing in theaters.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like an hour and a half, like finale.
Yeah, I mean, the next ones are like full on, like
movies.
they're like movies almost.
Like I said, something big has to happen in these next 3 episodes. Something big needs to happen in every episode, really. And then they make you wait that last week or 4 days or whatever it is.
I'm convinced Murray's going to be the one that saves the day. Like, he's going to find something out. He's got to.
Murray's going to...
or Erica. Erica might save the day, too.
Murray's going to call his friends in Israel to help him.
Yeah, right? All right, so that's all we have for this episode of the Sleazy Podcast. As always, make sure you're sharing the show with a friend. And from there, we'll get another person to listen. And from there, we'll get another person to listen. And make sure you're following us, subscribing to us on YouTube, TikTok. Comment on the content. Let us know what you're liking or disliking from the episodes. It's fine to disagree with us. I love conversations. I think we all do here. And if you think PBS is being a little unfair with the wigs, let him have it. I'm sure you don't, though, because it seems like it's a very popular thing. And Rob and I are the ones that are, out on the blue on this one.
You're the two that could use a couple wigs.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm just like, I see hair and I'm like, what's the big deal?
I don't get it.
I'd rather stay bald than have a wig that bad.
Somebody asked me that the other day. They were like, if you could get your hair back, would you do it? And I'm like, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the barber again. Like, it's cheaper to just buy razors and it's easier. I don't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so that's all we have for this episode. And we will be back next week for Sleazymas. And then I assume we'll take like a holiday break, and then we'll do like a best of the year episode. So we'll recap 2025. And as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.